Do we need a bigger playoff? Who are the actual national title contenders? And what are we paying attention to this season? That's right. College football season is starting, which means it's time for the most entertaining college football show in the universe. The show formerly known as the Nameless College Football Show actually has a name this year. That's right. The people have decided we are simply the best college football show with Brandon, that is me, and the legendary Captain Petey. Petey, how are you doing?
Dehydrated. It's hot outside.
It's really hot outside. It's ridiculous. Yes.
It's like 115 degree heat index.
That's absurd. We're not headed for a good place with this climate. So we're going to try to enjoy college football anyways. What do you think of the new name, the best college football show with Brandon and Petey? Are you excited?
Straightforward and right to the point. It's
fairly accurate, I'd say.
Accurate and I mean, prove us wrong.
Yeah. Do it. We'll see you in court. Don't sue us. Also, along with that, there will be a separate podcast feed for the show too. So right now, if you are listening on Apple or Spotify or wherever else, you are on the show notes or Beyond the Arc podcast feed. This will be a separate feed, the best college football show with Brandon and Petey feed moving forward. If you're on YouTube, it will just stay on YouTube. You don't have to do anything. And later, we have more exciting news, a very fun contest. We are doing the entire season that could end up with a very special prize for you, where you could go on a lovely tour with Morris Island Charters. And one of us will have to do something humiliating as well. We will talk about that when we get to it. I think that's all the news. So we can just get into what's going to happen this college football season. Petey, are you ready? Are you ready? That's the boat reference. That's nautical.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
All right. So the college football playoff, I don't think it's ever been the same 2 seasons in a row since they started it. This past month,
we had like 4 seasons of where it was the 4-team playoff.
That's right.
And then we just keep like, hey, let's screw it with it again, and let's talk about how we can add more teams, and we're just going to keep going down this rabbit hole until we have all 138 teams in the playoffs. Because why? Why not?
It seems to be what's going on. They almost expanded it this season, but they could not agree on whether they wanted 16 or 24 teams. ESPN they suggested 20 teams as a compromise. That did not go over with, I think the SEC wants 16. The Big Ten commissioner, Tony Petitti, very interesting name, he wanted 24 teams with the top 23 teams getting into the field, only one spot reserved for a team from the group of 6. What are your thoughts on another expansion of the college football playoff?
I mean, it's going to just turn into March Madness.
Which is also expanding, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, you want these kids to go out and play 12 teams or 12 game season, and then another 5-6 games in the playoffs potentially.
Yeah.
So when is the season go? It's gonna be like the NFL. It's gonna go through September through fucking July if we just keep expanding, because you can't play more than one game a week.
No, well, if the price is right, I bet they will. They'll be out there in this heat playing. And also with the transfer portal stuff too, we already have kids not playing in bowl games and everything. So what's to say you're the 20th team, you don't really have a chance to win it all? What is your incentive to show up for that game?
Yeah, kids are already opting out of bowl games, or after when it starts, December 25th or
something stupid.
Yeah.
Yes. The funniest thing, it's linked up with the academic schedule, which is so funny. That's great.
Can we please stop pretending that this is academics?
Yeah.
It's not anymore. That's been long over and done with, and NCAA just needs to go away because we need to get an actual league office and a players association, and we'll do a collective bargaining just like the NFL does, and make it a real league. Stop pretending this is about getting grades and an education. This is about money and football.
Yes, and to that point, it's very funny that there is a precedent for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's been well established for a long time.
Professional sports, but they're just clinging to the fact that these teams are loosely affiliated with colleges in that they print money for colleges. And so they don't want to do that. They don't want to go all in. We'll do everything except the stuff that makes sense.
Yeah, we'll just make it hard and confusing for everyone. And just so we don't have to take any kind of liability.
Yeah, so I think we can all agree that's genius. Probably my biggest issue with expansion is that how many national title contenders are there actually each season?
So that comes up every time we talk about playoff expansion. The reality is now that the field of contenders is actually used to be like you have maybe 6 teams that were contenders, and it was whoever went 12 and 1 or maybe 10-2, and just the problem is now that with NIL and the portal, you're not forcing kids to stay in one place anymore. So now you can go out and buy another team, and you can get more of a parity. I don't think it's more than 12 teams, but
I think it is much. I've got 7. I've got a list of 7 that we can talk about. And just for perspective, heading into the playoff last season, do you know who the 23rd team that would have made it last year would have been under the Big Ten commissioner's big dream?
I don't remember I would assume it was probably like Illinois. I don't.
Close. Iowa.
Fuck.
Do you want to play off with Iowa? To me, that's the biggest argument against any of this is Iowa.
Yeah. If Iowa has a chance of being in the playoff, then it has no. We have the wrong system in place. I would say
so.
It really, if it's any team outside of the ACC championship, if any third best ACC team has a chance of getting in, then we're doing it wrong.
Yes, and 12 feels like you have as many. You've got all your national title contenders. You have as many of the we can pretend Cinderella teams that are going to beat someone, although this is a completely different sport than basketball, where this probably isn't going to happen because of how much physicality matters. And you get a group of 6 team in. That is another change. The group of 6 team no longer has to win a conference championship. It's just the highest ranked group of 6 team gets in.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
which they probably will have to win.
Same thing.
Yes.
If you're not going to, what does that even matter? You're not. So if Boise loses in the conference championship game to UNLV, what UNLV doesn't go is still good. Boise can still go. What? Why?
Yeah. So, I don't. If getting into the Iowas of the world participating in this thing, I think is awful for the sport. And I think because they're just not going to win a national championship. Iowa last year was not going to win a national championship. So what are we doing?
Just sucking money.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All money.
So we've settled that. And now I would like to talk about my 7 contenders I've identified.
All right.
And I can make a case if need be. I think a couple of these seem pretty obvious, but you're welcome to grill me as well on my candidates. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
My first contender, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Like, not really much to talk about.
Yeah.
They're the favorite. Vegas has them as the favorite. They're number 1 in the ESPN FPI, depending on how much you like that.
AP poll has them as number 1. We realize that the AP is ridiculous and dumb.
Yeah.
But, when it comes to Ohio State, you can't really go wrong as far as being a national championship contender.
No, I think they're probably the most talented team in the country, especially offensively. I'm not 100% sold on Julian Sayin. I think he was good against bad teams, but then
he has great parts around him to make him look good.
Yeah, I mean the Jeremiah Smith might be the best wide receiver in the country. They add in Chris Henry Jr., whose dad played in the NFL. He was the number 1 receiver recruit. It's between Ohio State and LSU for wide receiver U. I think
great offensive line to protect him and a good running game. So it's just like any average quarterback can do pretty well at Ohio State.
What would your stats be today if you played 14 games for Ohio State? What would you do for the season?
I probably have 2,000 yards passing, maybe a completion percentage around 63. As long as I know how to not get hit.
Yeah.
I'm not holding on to the ball. I'm getting that ball out in 2 seconds.
Yeah. So Sayin, as a freshman last year, 3,600 yards, 77% completion percentage, slightly better than Petey would do this year. And they've got just stacked every unit from what I've been reading. So that's going to be my number 1. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a matter of.
It's incredible how they lost to Indiana last year.
Yeah. Like what's going on between Ryan Day's ears is really the big question. Like, is he going to coach them well? So that's my first contender. Yeah. My next contender, number 2, the team that took their ball and went home last year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Vegas has them number 2, FPI number 3. Famously missed out on the postseason last year, and so just didn't play in a bowl. Said, hey, and forcing the NCAA to change their rules so that this never happens again.
That just proving how weak the NCAA is. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you didn't want to play in a not playoff game, so you just decided to say wah and go home and not play in a bowl game. That's weak behavior. But to your point, they could play for a national championship. I doubt it. I feel like they're like a top. They're always like right there, like in the top 5, like right there. They can't get over that hump and make it to a champion, like get in the championship game or be a champion. They're just going to fall right, like Penn State. They're going to fall just short every year.
Yeah. And I think my big plus for Notre Dame is I know they're going to make the playoffs this year after what they did last year. They would have to lose so many games not to do it.
Barring a Penn State implosion, they're getting in.
Yeah. And their schedule, like their toughest games are going to be at BYU, and they get Miami and SMU at home.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think they play Trident Tech.
Like all around, they're not playing really anybody that tough.
Yeah, they played Trident Tech, Ashley River Creative Arts Elementary School, Go
And
Unicorns.
they're not starting out against Texas A&M like last year,
That's
or
what got them.
Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, those first two losses of the season that were close, but they're easing into it this year. And I just think if you can't do it this year with all the help they're going to get from the committee and with this schedule, another point that I'm sure we covered about Notre Dame, but I want to bring it up again because you can't hate on Notre Dame enough. The way to make the playoff that these power conference schools utilize is being in a power conference,
Right.
and winning their conference championship game. Notre Dame wants to play against the ACC teams and be in a conference in other sports, except for football because of the TV money. And then they also want to cry when they can't get into the playoffs.
Like, we've got to force them to join. Like, we have to make an example out of them.
Yes.
You can't just keep playing bullshit. Like not the ACC is even a garbage conference.
Yes. There's nothing there.
So
No
you're playing
competition.
against Boston College or Virginia and North Carolina State every week, and then sometimes you might play Michigan or
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
like it's not even it's like they're a G4 school that plays like 3 top 10 schools a year.
Yeah. So they are supposed to be stacked. They lost Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, both their star running backs last year. But I feel like they just always reload at running back. Defense, always the calling card, weak schedule. CJ Carr, their quarterback, he was okay last year. I think that he will probably be a Heisman contender, specific because, the defense will be propping him up, and he's at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And the weak schedule. But that's number 2. I do want to finish Marcus Freeman. What he's doing with his hairline needs to be investigated by somebody. That's ridiculous.
Your top 2 coaches are both doing weird things with their hair.
Yes. Ryan Day. I wonder if they go to Sherwin-Williams and ask for the same. The color looks pretty similar. They're give me the matte black.
He drives over to Detroit to the Ford plant and asks him to do the matte black special.
Just go right here. That's a great point. So we're going to track that all season. We're going to see how close the paint color is with and how much it adjusts. Because Freeman, enough of this. Okay, enough of this. And you're right. Ryan Day doesn't get enough smoke for his hair too. So
nobody's like in their 40s has jet black hair anywhere on their body.
Just slowly like creeping. Exactly. And it's like creeping down their forehead too. It's not receding. It's actually, they're getting more hairline.
Like it's not even, you don't have like I got the little silver hairs right here. You don't have any of that. You just got straight black.
Not a single gray hair in a job as stressful as college football.
It's like your skin is black underneath it. It's just completely.
It is very strange, especially Ryan Day. You're right. Like, why is your skin black as well, sir? He's not doing black face. He's doing black scalp. And I feel like that's just as problematic. So we're going to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
My number 3 contender, I've got the Georgia Bulldogs.
Agreed, 100%. I have questions about Stockton.
Yes.
But it won't matter. I just trust Kirby. Kirby's going to – Georgia has never really had at least not – they've never really needed an excellent quarterback. They have just depended on – they're just going to run it down your throat. They're going to impose their will on you. Like Aaron Murray might have been the last guy I can really remember being like – I don't think Fromm was that great.
No.
I mean, we all know – Carson Beck, they kind of chased him out of town. But Gunner he can take a hit. Whether or not he can last the entire season is a good question, without having all the concussions. But it's Georgia. They're just going to out physical you.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're never going to have like a great wide receiver, but they're going to have 14 of the most athletic pass catching tight ends you will ever see.
Yeah. And a running back that will truck you.
Yes. And I will say, I think Gunner, very good dual threat guy. I know that it's easy to do the superficial analysis and say he's white, but we have those now.
Tebow-esque. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Not really. Yeah. I'm not going to shake you out of your shoes really, but he's going to pick up yards. And he had some clutch performances last year. Now they needed them in like a couple of them because he got them into a hole, but the Tennessee comeback, he was really good in the Tennessee comeback when that game looked over. Ole Miss in the regular season, he was good. Texas in the SEC, Texas, and then in the SEC title game against Bama, like he showed up. So if he does that more often, then I don't know who beats them. And they do have a tougher schedule. They play Oklahoma, at Bama, and at Ole Miss.
So it's just what it is. Yeah.
Very, very funny, like at Ole Miss, at Bama versus Oklahoma. And then you go back to, well, Notre Dame has to go to BYU. Like, it's just very funny.
Yeah. Oh, tough one.
My fourth
it's not easy playing at BYU.
No.
But you don't have to go to Alabama. Or
it's different.
Go to Ole Miss.
Yes.
At Tennessee.
And like week after week doing this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different there, Notre Dame. So my fourth contender features a coach that I'm curious what your thoughts are about him. The Oregon Ducks with Dan Lanning.
I like Lanning. He's a good coach. I like that he knew that rule against Ohio State 2 years ago.
Yes, that was very smart.
In order to run out the clock.
That was very good.
But Oregon, they're just like they're one of the 3 contenders in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So they're going to run through everybody until they run into Indiana or Ohio State.
Yeah. So, their 2 big games, I would say, are at Southern Cal and at Ohio State in the regular season.
But I don't even have any faith in Southern Cal. I mean, Riley's on the hot seat.
Yeah.
He's been there, 4 years now? 5 years?
Yes. This is, I've actually got this written down for the game we will pick later. But yeah, it is year 5 for Lincoln Riley at Southern Cal.
And he hasn't turned it around.
1 double-digit win season, and it was year 1.
Yeah, so
and it's just been nothing ever since.
Slow decline, or just subpar expectations. So
yeah,
I don't have faith in SoCal being any kind of like. I guess if you have to go play at Southern Cal, it could be a problem, but Oregon has done that for decades now.
Yeah. So that's their second toughest game behind Ohio State.
Not super long.
No. So I don't. I think the schedule obviously is the big plus, and they're always very talented. I feel like we've been waiting on Oregon to win a national title. It's forever. Yeah. Chip Kelly days, like. They're always incredibly talented, and they just always will disappoint too.
They're like another Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That they are right there. They just can't get over that last little hump.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Pretty sure the best. They were played for a national championship against Auburn, I think, with Chip Kelly.
Yeah. Yep. And then I'm even going back 2001. They were 11-1 and finished second in the final AP poll with Joey Harrington as their quarterback.
The year I feel like I thought they were going to like go for it all was when they had Dennis Dixon. I think Dixon got hurt.
He got hurt. Yeah.
Didn't realize how small he was until later on.
Yeah, they lost
in the NFL.
They lost
ACL or something like that.
They lost. Yeah, they lost to Auburn, and then with Chip Kelly in 2010, and then Mark Helfrich led them back to the national championship game against Ohio State in 2015. And they lost there too.
Yeah. I don't think
2014 season.
Yeah.
Who was it? That was Mariota. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's a good player in the NFL,
he's been around. He's a
journeyman.
Still collecting a check. So yeah, they're going to be stacked pretty much every position group. And Phil Steele actually has Dante Moore as the number one quarterback in the nation.
I'm not buying that.
I don't think so. I'm not there either. And they got his backup is Dylan Raiola from Nebraska, who was spent his whole life impersonating Patrick Mahomes for some weird reason. And so he transferred. So, I don't think it's like they're not going to fire Dan Lanning unless they implode Penn State style. But when are they actually going to not be a disappointment? Like, it's time to win something.
You know what? I would give anything to be an Oregon fan. Just we can win 11 games a year. Fan-fucking-tastic.
It's very funny for me to be wearing a Gamecock shirt.
We'll sniff a championship. I'll be happy with that.
It is interesting to be wearing a Gamecock shirt complaining about Oregon underachieving. But they don't call us the best college football show for no reason. Like, that's what you get here. You want hypocrisy? We've got it. We're working on a Pat McAfee country album as we speak. Like, anything you want, we're here. So, Oregon. All right, next up, another team that keeps acting as though they're back, but not really seeing it. However, I do think they're a contender. The Texas Longhorns.
If it wasn't for Arch Manning, I would say yes. I mean, they have like all of the talent at every position. But we just don't know what we're going to, unless it's, I've not seen Arch do anything spectacular to make me think that he is worth all the hype other than beating up on Sam Houston State.
That was the problem for him. All of the hype and the last name. First half, he was terrible. He was much more consistent in the second half, at least, but he still wasn't spectacular. Like, he just wasn't as bad. And he looked pretty bad at times. Like, missing reads that if I notice you've missed a read, you've missed a read. And if you're throwing it into the dirt, we can all see that too. Like, blatant mistakes.
There's a reason why Ewers was they wanted him to stick around.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't want but everybody thought, oh, Manning's right behind him. Next year's Manning's year. We're going to keep him around for another year, and then March is going to come in and just destroy it and take college football by storm. And that did not happen at all. Basically, like, we knew game one against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Him and Sam are both, first year starts like, wow, this is not looking good either way. And then Sam kind of came around, was a Heisman contender, and then you just saw no progression out of Arch.
Yeah, it was tough. He did end the year on a high note in the ball game, but it was against Michigan, and Michigan had a bunch of guys sitting out, and they had their coach was running around getting arrested. So,
and crying and stabbing,
it was a lot going on with the Wolverines. So, Yeah, well, you definitely have to see something this year. How would you evaluate his season if he was Arch Johnson and you didn't know about him heading into last year and you just saw him?
I would have been looking for a new quarterback in the portal. What I would have been doing.
He seemed very, very Texas quarterback for me. Like going back to even Major Applewhite, Chris Sims,
Colt
McCoy, like just like Texas.
I think of Colt McCoy. I feel like other than like, what's the guy?
Vince Young.
Other than Vince Young, like they're not like scramblers. They're sitting in the pocket and they're gonna wait as long as they can before they get rocked. But
yeah,
that's I feel like Arch doesn't have the confidence of either mindset of a scrambler or a pocket passer.
Yeah, he just fits that Texas tier. Colt McCoy is probably a tier above.
Yeah.
Applewhite and Sims. I'm being a little tough on Colt McCoy. My apologies, Colt, if you're listening, and you should be. But yeah, certainly no Vince Young. But yeah, I think like I wouldn't feel great about Arch regardless, but I probably wouldn't be as hard on him if he didn't have all the hype coming into the season.
I feel like it's probably a between the ears issue. He's not. It's the physical ability. I think that's the problem. It's like all the physical attributes are there. The mental part, the processing part, is not where it needs to be. Now, maybe they corrected that in the offseason. You never know. Maybe his third year is his year. But I have a hard time believing it until I see it.
Yeah. So they're my number 5 title contender. They do play Ohio State again, but they get them at home. They get Oklahoma at the neutral site as always, at LSU and at A&M. Also, do you know who Texas's defensive coordinator this year is?
Oh, I feel like I did know who that was, but
you know him. I'll give you a hint.
It's not Muschamp, is it?
If you get the ball with 3 minutes left in the first half, he's going to run the clock out. If he's your head coach, yeah, it's Will Muschamp.
Oh man! Well, he got back to Texas.
Yep. What's old is new.
It only took 15 years to get back to the same place he started.
Yeah, and his bank account enjoyed it, I'm sure. Thank you, South Carolina Gamecocks, for that.
What was he? He didn't have a job last year, did he?
I think he was doing like consultant stuff or like
he was analyst for Georgia or something.
Yeah. So congrats, Will, you're back.
Yeah. After a failed year at Auburn, I think.
Yeah. So good for him.
Well, good for you, Will. Hopefully you do better at Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right. My number 6 title contender, I've got the Miami Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're starting to get a little shaky, but we're here.
I have a lot of questions about them.
Yeah.
Their schedule is going to be amazing. I mean, it's like they might as well be playing the Mountain West. But I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get out of them as far as like quarterback wise. And I mean, they've always had a lot of talent on the field. I also don't have a lot of faith in Cristobal.
Well, Cristobal is always the big question mark for me. Let me make the case, see how much I can sway you.
All right.
Their quarterback, Darian Mensah from Duke, started his career at Tulane. Last year at Duke, about 4,000 yards, 67% completions, 34 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Not much of a run threat, but I do think more talented passer than Carson Beck, which
not a high bar.
Not my boldest statement, I will admit. The weapons he has, Mark Fletcher, 1,200 yards last year, 10 touchdowns. incredible running back, tough guy. And then someone we both enjoyed a lot at wide receiver, Malachi Toney.
Yeah.
Like as a freshman, incredible. I don't know how he didn't get more credit last season for what they did because he was unreal.
Right. Well, that's what. Anytime I watched them play, I was like, "How is Malachi Toney not a Heisman candidate?"
Blew my mind.
This guy just makes plays and refuses to be tackled.
Yeah,
not a big guy. Just
not a big guy.
He's just not tackleable. Like you could not get your arms around him, or if you thought you had him, he wormed his way out and just like went for another 30 yards. So he made plays that looked dead into something crazy.
Yeah. So like throwing to him, I like Mince's his chances throwing to him. They also brought in his top receiver from Duke, Cooper Barkate. I'm not super familiar with him, but they do have a relationship. They also have Vandrevius Jacobs, former Gamecock, transferred to Miami. So I'm not sure if that's a plus. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I think the big question marks would be offensive line. However, that is kind of Cristobal's specialty. And then they lost a lot on the defensive line too, and with the pass rush, specifically Reuben Bain Jr. going to the NFL. That dude was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I
mean, Miami is just kind of known for stacking the box with defensive linemen, but so I can't say that won't just be another guy up and be just as fine. So, but playing in the ACC, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to get after a quarterback.
Yes, and their tough game is at Notre Dame. I will read you the rest of their schedule.
Oh, this is going to be hilarious.
At Stanford, they get Florida A&M at home. At Wake Forest.
Florida A&M.
Florida A&M. At Wake Forest, which might not even be as tough of a game as Florida A&M. They get Central Michigan at home. Central Michigan. Then they go to Clemson.
Uh-huh.
They get Florida State and Pitt at home. They go to North Carolina.
Well, the hardest game I've heard so far is Pitt. Other than
yeah. So they go to Pitt. They get Pitt at home. They go to North Carolina. They go to Notre Dame then on November 7th. And they finish at home, Duke, Virginia Tech, Boston College.
So, I mean, we'll get into this later with North Carolina. I think North Carolina's been garbage, but of that last group, we don't know what Virginia Tech's going to be because they robbed all of Penn State's players.
Yeah, very, very funny too.
Very hilarious. So it's very possible that game between Virginia Tech is a really good one. I don't think Franklin is going to turn it around completely in 1 year, but
yeah, probably not.
In this day and age, it could happen. Texas Tech did it last year, so it's possible. Man, why even be? Why are we not just putting them in the playoffs automatically? Because who are they going to play that's going to knock them off?
Because they lost 2 regular season games last year and got in.
Yeah.
So
I was rooting for them not to because
we all were.
I thought Notre Dame was more deserving just because they looked better at the end. They looked terrible last year at the end.
Yeah, they did. So there you go. That's why they made it. This is like the favorite in the ACC, and I think they will have a better quarterback this year and enough playmakers everywhere else. I think they are probably more talented as a whole this year compared to last year, or maybe it's equal. But the schedule
they probably upgraded at quarterback. Yeah, and because Carson Beck,
ooh, buddy, yeah. Yeah. So
Reason why he was not asked to come back at Georgia.
yeah. So that's why they're a contender there. You do always worry about Cristobal because as great as he is with the offensive line and as a recruiter, you're just waiting for him to have a moment.
The only other team that I could see being a problem is Clemson.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Clemson. Every year, people think Clemson's going to be good, and then now they just keep disappointing people, which is fantastic. I love that.
I love it. Yeah.
It's really bad for the ACC.
Yes. Yeah. It makes them look terrible, which is again funny. So, my final national title contender, Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean undefeated last year.
I just trust Kurt Signetti so much. Any team he's coaching is just going to should be a contender.
Yeah. And he's incredible. He is incredible as a coach. Yeah. And I can't believe
a lot of turnover like this year, but I feel like he's such a great evaluator of talent.
Yeah.
Plugging people in and getting them where they need to be. And he runs a very tight ship. Like everybody is always on the same page. So yes, they might not win it again. Probably not going to win it again.
I would say that's fair. Yeah.
I would say they're probably going to still be in the top 5. They're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Yeah. And if you want to talk about schedules, they don't schedule anybody. Like it's embarrassing what their schedule is. And then you've got Signetti and they got the TCU quarterback, Josh Hoover, who has been pretty good at TCU. And like, if you're pretty good at TCU and then Signetti gets his hands on you, you could be spectacular. I mean, Mendoza, who knew him when he transferred from Cal?
Right.
And then Heisman, first overall pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So
it's just, man, I can't, I'll never, ever, ever doubt Signetti.
No, not at this point.
I wish I could get him to the Gamecocks because
oh man,
we can make him the highest paid coach ever if we could afford it.
Oh yeah. Their toughest here's their non-conference schedule. And I'll let you decide who the toughest team they're playing.
All right.
North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky. Exactly. That is the correct answer.
I want to say North Texas. I think North Texas wasn't North Texas in the running last year for the conference?
They've been okay. And they're also North Texas.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, man, I would kill to do this at South Carolina, and just it's not going to happen.
Yeah, never, ever.
So those are my 7. Did I leave anybody out?
So I might have maybe 2. I would add Texas A&M.
Okay.
I trust Elko. I wanted to call him Bilko for some reason.
That's funny. Mike Elko, yeah.
I trust Elko a lot. I don't trust Marcel Reed, but I feel like they lost a good bit at offensive line. But I don't know, how long has Marcel Reed been? This will be his 4th year, right?
Yes, it feels like forever.
Yeah. He's got to figure some shit out by now. But Elko is always going to have them on the precipice. They were in the playoffs last year. They did run into Miami. And so, we know how that went.
Yeah.
But I think they're undefeated, weren't they?
Yeah, well, they lost to Texas to end the season. They were undefeated up to that point, and then, of course, they did A&M things.
Yeah. They're another one of those things they'll act really good to start out the year, and then something's going to happen. So I think A&M potentially could be. Like, they're a fringe.
Yeah.
And then if Alabama has an extremely great quarterback, we don't know. They brought in 2 new guys, but then yes, then they could too. But playing in the SEC is going to make it a bit difficult.
Yeah, I think that Bama, I just don't love the Kalen DeBoer fit there.
I think it's I think it's a mindset thing. With we're used to seeing for so long. I saw Alabama being a Saban type team where they're just going to push you around. And now it's more of a scheme and finesse maneuver with DeBoer, and that's how they played it at Washington. And I don't know if that's something he can change and put his own stamp on it, or if it's going to have to be a different coach in order to win or win, meaningfully.
Yeah. I mean, he is winning games, but it just feels just a little off to me.
Yeah,
and kind of like you can see maybe the life leaving his eyes. Like he's just like, I'm tired of dealing with these people.
We always assumed that whoever took the job after Saban was going to be in for a nightmare.
Yeah,
because it's just they're not going to be Saban, and that fan base is just going to expect you to be Saban until they die.
Yep.
So the next 50 years, whoever's going to be there is going to either have to be like a clone of Saban, or to start playing a different sport.
They might start working on that. And I think it was Saban got out at the right time, because I think it was going to be harder for Saban to be Saban, because we kind of saw that at the end there.
Yeah, we saw it's not because he started bringing on Kiffin. He brought in Kiffin, sort of like, hey, it's not all defense. We can throw the ball downfield. It's allowed. So he started getting a little more imaginative on offense. So it was not always the 18-3 games, but he didn't like it, and he didn't want to be there to see the next iteration, because he saw it was slowly ticking off. It was just not going to be the same thing.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Ole Miss?
When Kiffin left, he took everybody with him. He gutted Ole Miss. I mean, they still have Chambliss, so they'll have a chance. I don't know much about Golden. We don't know what he's going to look like as a head coach. I think Ole Miss is if they have to regress.
You would think. Do you think who has a better season than LSU or Ole Miss?
I think it's LSU.
Lane back at it again, dirty dog.
Not that he's particularly likable, but he's brought in so much talent, and he's still a great coach. I think he's proven that. He won at Ole Miss, so you've proven you're a great coach. It's just that now he's got it more I don't think he's a championship level yet, but he could get there.
What do we got? September 19th, LSU at Ole Miss. That's going to be
good.
He better have one of those, the Pope Mobile or whatever it is that's fully bulletproof.
Cage.
Yeah, he needs to be sitting in that on the sideline, just driving it around.
There's going to be SWAT all around the top of that.
It's going to be tough to be Ole Lane.
Kevlar under his polo.
Yeah. He's going to have, a bulletproof yoga mat.
So, I can't wait to see the game day signs.
Oh my gosh. Game day, like that has to be automatic, right? Well, you have to go there that week. Okay. So there we go. Those are the national title contenders, which I think even with Petey's, we get up to, what do we get up to? 9 with your maybes. I don't think that justifies a 24 team college football playoff.
Not at all. We're just like we can just have those as bowl games. Those other 12, or 10. We could just have them as bowl games like we do now, and then maybe put a little more. I don't know. Find a way to put more emphasis on them as far as like money or I don't know. You get they all win a car or something like that.
To me, this is the thing. Like, figure out how to make bowl games enjoyable and important again.
Yeah, because like now the playoffs have just killed them.
Yeah.
Like, bowl games don't mean anything now, or they didn't mean a lot back, 10 years ago, but they meant more. You at least got like excited to watch some bowl games. You would have the occasional player that would opt out, but now you're just getting, half your roster. Like I think there was like what 2 or 3 teams last year that just opted out of the bowl games. They didn't have enough players.
A ton. They didn't have enough players, so they got to do something about that portal timeline and incentivize the players somehow. Because I've just always loved bowl season, and so to see what it is now has just been really depressing for me. I'm like,
Yeah, we're not going to get like Boise versus Oklahoma anymore, or any kind of like these teams that would normally never play each other. Just getting like a Big 12 team and a Big 10 or a SEC team, like Tennessee versus Kansas or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Now I'm trying to transition to the big news, which is we're doing a game this year, college football pick'em. We're doing it through ESPN. Petey, tell the people what's at stake here while I try to figure out what ESPN is doing with my account.
All right. So anybody can join. But the winner, not including one of us, so me or Silvers here, are not able to win this prize. You will get a free 2-hour trip with Morris Island Charters. It can be a sunset tour or a shark tooth hunting tour or a dolphin tour, whatever you like. And as far as losers go, that's between me and Silvers, whoever does the worst, we have to do a punishment of some sort. The punishment has not yet been determined, but some of the ideas are the Bill Murray polar plunge, hot ones. I'm not sure what else.
Polar plunge is definitely at the top because that would be that's tough.
So it would be regular season only.
Yes,
that happens on New Year's Day.
Yeah, so ESPN has finally allowed me to log in to show the people. You are going to search, this will all be in the show notes too, if for some reason you can't look at this. The best college football show with Brandon and Petey is going to be the name you will search for in college football pick'em. The password is the Blue Moon, which is the name of Petey's glorious tour boat. And each, we'll pray for the Blue Moon. And each letter is capitalized, so T, B, and M, and it's all one word, the Blue Moon. So you will just have to win as a viewer and show us proof that you are subscribed on one of the channels, ideally the audio version, because we are trying to grow that, but YouTube is fine too, because we are beautiful and you want to look at us. So all that information you have until the official week 1 games to register. So this will be coming out on Sunday. What was that? The 23rd, maybe? Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Math is hard. So you will have all of that week. It starts the 5th of September. Lock in your picks. We're doing the against the spread version. You get 1 entry. We're doing against the spread. We're going to go through a practice round with the week 0 games right now to show you how it will work. Oh, that was a lot. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I think you know more about it than I do since you set it up. So
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're starting off Saturday, August 29th, week 0, in Dublin, Ireland. The Danny Foxworth, North Carolina Tar Heels versus TCU, noon, ESPN. TCU favored by 7.5. PD, first of all, you touched on this a little bit.
Yeah.
What's going on with North Carolina? Like,
it's a fucking dumpster fire. I think they realized really quick last year that hiring him was a big mistake. Especially with his girlfriend not being allowed on football property. So I don't see it getting any better. How old is he? What, 78 at this point? 76?
at least, yeah, barely, yeah,
Like
barely alive.
This man is clearly just like given up on everything in life. So football is right there too with it.
74. Our apologies.
74. Wow. I'm sorry. He's a year younger than my dad, or same age as my dad.
Would you let him coach a football team?
Absolutely not.
Okay, then. Yeah, I think my fear with Belichick, they've also got the GM, Mike Lombardi, on leave for some sort of an HR complaint, apparently, and he was already bad at his job.
Yeah.
But Belichick is so old that the concern is that his girlfriend is taking advantage of him. And the way our patriarchal society's power dynamics are, the fact that he has outlived that to now where the shoe is on the other foot. Because you look at like Lane Kiffin dating women the same age as Belichick's girlfriends, and you're like, Lane is taking advantage of these young women. Belichick's so old that now the concern is the opposite. It's like this girl is taking advantage of Bill Belichick. Not that we're saying that. I know you're litigious. We're not saying that. We're saying this is what other people are saying. If that's the concern.
She caused so many problems that they had to like remove her from the property.
Yes. And so that's your head coach can't be that old to where we're concerned about his significant other violating elder abuse laws. Okay. And there's no, how many truly geriatric college football coaches have been great? Like Paterno was pooping his pants and then he died because of an investigation.
Back in the early 2000s, you could do it.
Yeah.
But not now with NIL and portal. Like do you think he can even log into the portal?
No.
Without having somebody asking 12 people what his password is?
I bet he still has a landline.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he keeps trying to talk to the operator. Sarah, get me Texas A&M on the phone, or whoever he's calling. I don't know who he was called, but yeah, Paterno, Bobby Bowden at the end at Florida State. None of these were like triumphant old man times. This was all very sad, and that's also what's going on here. So I don't know what the plan here is at North Carolina. Like this is a man who should not be coaching a football team. He should be where everyone else his age is.
He should be retired.
Or in Congress.
Yeah, right. Tommy Tuberville.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm going TCU's favored by 7.5. I'm picking TCU here.
I am as well.
So, good luck.
I'm surprised that it's only 7.5, honestly.
Me too. That seems low. So, good luck, Tar Heels.
Fight for them, but I don't think that matters.
You got to worry about that. Like this man, if you're that old and you're sitting that long, you might pulmonary embolism your way out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got to wear those compression socks and do some stretches on the plane. They got to wake him up, take his baby aspirin, his Eliquis. Every old person.
That you know all of these.
This is just very, very odd that this is a very specific niche topic that I'm well versed in. And Bill, call me, make me the GM. of your well-being.
What statins are you taking?
You need one. Okay. Our next game, San Jose State at Southern Cal, number 14 Southern Cal, 3 p.m. Eastern time, NBC. Southern Cal favored by 38.5.
This one is really hard. I know basically nothing about either one of these teams other than who the coach is at Southern Cal. But it's week 0 and it's going to be sloppy. I mean, every first game is sloppy. I just think 38.5 points is a lot for week 1. So I'm just going to – this is a guess. I'm going to go San Jose.
San Jose State. Okay. I will say San Jose State has a kicker named Trajan Sinatra. I don't know if that's good for you or not. I think the only thing I know about San Jose State is that they lost a lot defensively. I think, like we were talking about earlier, Lincoln Riley has to do something this season. You have to.
Yeah.
So it is my hope that the pressure will help them win at home by 6 touchdowns. So I'm going to boldly step out and take Southern Cal, although I'm not entirely proud of it.
You might be right. Could be right.
We'll see. This is a polar plunge. Yeah. So we're just finding a rhythm here. Okay. Yeah. Next up, North Carolina State at Virginia, 3:30 p.m. ESPN. Again, these are all Saturday, August 29th. Virginia favored by 5.5.
It's at Virginia. I really want to take NC State because Virginia lost their quarterback. He had a lot.
They got Bo Prabula from Mizzou.
Oh, Mizzou.
They won 11 games last year under old Tony Elliott. They were good.
With Chad, was it Morris? Morris's?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
But their only loss last year was against NC State and against a non-ACC conference game.
Very strange how that worked out, but yeah.
Man. I feel like Virginia is going to take a step back this year because that last year was just an apparition. But I don't have any faith in North Carolina State either. I'm just going to go with the home team, so I'm going to go Virginia.
Interesting. I don't hate it. This was kind of a toss-up for me. But I do really like North Carolina State's quarterback, C.J. Bailey. Tall, kind of lanky, but he's tough. He can run. So I'm going to go NC State here, and I'm going to hold my breath.
All right.
The entire time. Now, we've got the other Gamecocks, Jacksonville State at North Dakota State, their first ever FBS game. 5:30 p.m., CBS Sports Network. North Dakota State favored by 6.5.
It's in Fargo. I have a hard time betting against North Dakota State.
Yeah.
Or either one of the Dakotas. Yeah, I'm going North Dakota State.
Me too. Jacksonville State has been very good recently. 4 straight 9-win seasons, but I think North Dakota State is better. I think it'll be hyped up for their first FBS game. It's at home. I think they will.
Still there at Jacksonville State?
I feel like he is. Let me Google it real quick. Man.
I wanted to say there was talk of him going back to West Virginia.
Now that would have been crazy. Everyone just it's like musical chairs and you just end up right where you start. No, Charles Kelly. That's right. Charles Kelly, Rich Rodriguez. Where is Rich Rodriguez? He's at West Virginia again. I don't know how we forgot that. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh!
Is Pat White his offensive coordinator?
They should let Pat White come back and play for him. If you end up back at a school, you should get to bring back your old players, even if they're 47.
Yeah.
Wow, what year is it? Jesus.
Oh man, that's prime 2007.
Yeah, those were some fun teams. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, Matt. I feel like it's the same year. Yeah, Matt Grothe was at USF, and they beat West Virginia. I think at West Virginia.
That was a team kind of like Oregon, where you thought they were going to break through and win it.
Yeah.
And
that's Big East years. I forgot about. Damn.
do you remember what happened? I'm pretty sure the person who cost them a chance at a national title game, none other than Pat McAfee.
Was it?
I think so. So let me.
I feel like they were undefeated until they lost to USF.
Let's see.
That's the year everybody had like the reverse mohawks.
Not a great look for our society, I'm going to be honest.
A lot of fat white guys.
Tough. What do you think? Did you listen to any of McAfee's album?
I think I listened to the first 3 songs, and I was
You loved it?
not.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not a fan of that genre of entertainment.
Yeah, no one is. You're right. So they lost 2006. They lost to South Florida in November, and they had lost to Louisville in 2006 as well. Man, Steve Slayton,
Oh, Steve Slayton.
incredible. Yeah. So that was Brian Brom was the quarterback at Louisville. For those who love remembering this era.
Now head coach, right?
Yeah. And then, McAfee, I'm just going to have to Google McAfee missed field goal to see. Missed field goal. Oh, it was against Pitt. This isn't funny. He missed 2 chip shot field goals from 20 yards and 32 yards. And Pitt lost in 2007. I mean, West Virginia lost. They were number 2 against Pitt. Number 2 in the nation. Pitt was not good. It was Pitt's 5th win of the season. So pull up the box.
That's like in Pitt's repertoire for a long time. They'll knock off somebody they shouldn't. Like it used to be with Clemson. They'd knock off Clemson every year or every other year.
Yes.
Even though they had no chance of winning anything.
And all they had was LaShawn McCoy. And so
I haven't heard in a while.
They lost 13-9. All they had to do was win and make the national championship game. I Googled Pat McAfee missed kick. First headline I see, Pat McAfee contemplated suicide after 2007 backyard brawl. That's tough. I'm glad you didn't do it, Pat. However, that's kind of how your music makes me feel.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Wow.
Man, Rich Rod. So that was Jacksonville State. We both picked North Dakota State. Next game, we've got Sacramento State at Eastern Michigan, 6:30 p.m. ESPN Plus, 8.5 favorite Eastern Michigan. I will tell you straight up. First of all, this is a MAC game, which is crazy because Sacramento State not in the middle of the country. I'm just going Eastern Michigan. I think everything is new at Sacramento State. Yeah. I'm just going to Eastern Michigan, and that's it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I was about to say, I feel like they had just moved up to FBS level. I know absolutely nothing about Sacramento State, though, nor do I know anything about Eastern Michigan, but I know they've been in an FBS team for a lot longer. So minus 8.5. Yeah, Eastern Michigan.
That is what it is. Speaking of quarterbacks from this era, we've got Hawaii, coached by Timmy Chang, at Stanford, 7 p.m. ACC Network. Stanford 6-point favorite.
I was about to make a quarterback joke about Hawaii, but I just remembered that he is no longer there or with us.
Rest in peace, Colt Brennan.
Yeah.
The legend. Man, they had a run of quarterbacks there.
Yeah, until they ran into Georgia.
Yeah. Stanford's coach, Tavita Pritchard, also played quarterback at Stanford. I think he was just before Andrew Luck. And their current quarterback is Davis Warren, who was at Michigan.
I mean, it's at Stanford. I've got to go. I'm just going to go with the home team, and I think Hawaii is probably just continuing to be really bad. So, yeah, I guess Stanford.
I'm going Hawaii. I believe in Timmy Chang. Their quarterback has looked pretty good when he's healthy. So I'm going Hawaii. And we'll see how this goes. And New Mexico State at Florida State, 7 p.m. on the CW. Florida State, 31.5-point favorite.
So the question is, does Norvell get fired at halftime?
That is my question. That's written on my notes. How hot is Norvell's seat?
Did we just see somebody walk out at the halftime show with a big check?
Get the old. That would be great to do that. That would be great to do that at FSU in honor of Jimbo.
Wow. I feel like New Mexico State has been some giant killers recently, but I feel like that was just with Pavia. I guess when they played Auburn, but I mean, Florida State has looked like garbage.
Pretty bad.
Other than that Alabama game last year.
And who knows what that was about?
Yeah. Maybe they're just good in week 1. 31.5 points. I don't know if I like them 31.5.
That's a lot. And I do think Florida State was maybe a little better than they looked because they did lose all 4 of their games that were decided by a possession. But then if that's a coaching thing,
yeah,
well, he's still there.
That is good. Oh, man. I'm going to Mexico State.
I'm going the other way. I'm going Florida State. I think it would be funnier if Florida State won in a blowout to start the season and then completely fell apart afterwards. So this is just for my own comedy purposes. And then finishing off, Memphis at UNLV, 10 p.m. Fox at UNLV, and they are favored by 6. Supposed to be a contender for that group of 6 playoff spot.
Yeah, I think UNLV is the obvious choice here.
Yeah. Coached by Dan Mullen and their new quarterback, right, Jackson Arnold from Oklahoma Auburn.
Yeah. Did Memphis lose their coach last year?
I think they lost a lot.
They did too.
I'm going UNLV. I'm going UNLV too. I think that if you're going to be in the playoff conversation, Memphis should probably make a bowl game, but you have to beat Memphis by more than 6.
Right. And UNLV did struggle in their week 1 game last year too, though.
Yeah. Slow starters. So we'll see, but I think they have to come out and make a statement. You're at home. It's late for Memphis, I'm guessing, to start at 10 p.m. Figure it out. Me and Petey tried to do a Gamecock football segment, and the internet cut out, which kind of seems more appropriate than doing a Gamecock football segment. Wouldn't you say, Petey?
Yeah. Seems like foreshadowing for this year's season.
Yes.
So maybe all of our internet connections will just cut out and we won't have to watch any of the Gamecocks play.
Yeah. So we're going to end it, and maybe you'll get our Gamecock thoughts down the road when they're going 7-5, or maybe not. But yes,
or 4-8. We'll see.
We'll see. You don't know what we think because the internet. So go join the College Football Pick'em with ESPN and play along with us. Go subscribe to the individual podcast feed for this show and follow along all season. We'll work on the internet connection. By we, I mean me. And that's basically it right now. Petey, any closing thoughts from you?
Tell us if you think we picked the right teams for this practice week.
Yes.
Leave a comment.
Also, BrandonSilvers.com for the world's greatest weekly sports watch guide, so you can know which games are going to be on TV in the first place. So that will do it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to head over to and follow Petey. Petey, this is a terrible fucking ending. We're in shambles, but we're going to make it happen, Petey. If they want a tour from you, where do they go get a tour from you? My goodness, I almost forgot the tours.
MorrisIslandCharter.com. Call, text 843-608-8006 or email at morrisislandcharters@gmail.com. Facebook, Instagram, I'm on there. That's it.
Beautiful. That will all be in the show notes as well. And the best thing about those tours, other than Captain Petey, is no technology to fuck you up. So there you go. Just dolphins. All right.
No internet required.
So there you go. Yeah. And we will catch y'all for the week 1 games. Goodbye. My goodness.
Ahoy.